Okay, let's go. So, this is me, and right now my life looks like this. Okay, a little bit dirty in the back. Sorry, that's okay. Yeah. So basically, I have work, of course. Now, of course, well, I started work like 3 months ago in Vancouver, and I've been struggling to look for a job in Vancouver since I still don't have a PR here and it's in the process. So I started working January, and I found a lovely company that had great work ethics. The team is great. So basically, this is where I am. So after the COVID-19 pandemic hit, actually, that's how I feel. I feel like my work is on the line because we don't know how long this isolation will happen, and our store is basically closed right now. And although I'm still on the management side, I do feel the responsibility of generating sales. So in this sense, right now the work part is I feel a huge anxiety because of the COVID-19. And I think that's the same for everyone as well. It's not only me, and I am pretty fortunate that I still can keep my job. Not only that, but I have a great team, so that's also that. So my confidence level is actually going up day by day because I've been working every day and I know how hard I work. But because of this, my anxiety is right now pretty unstable. Yep. And also I have, like I said, I have a language confidence issue as well. It's that I do have the ability of understanding English. It's just that when my mind switched to low confidence mode, over a sudden I start to not hear things. So yeah, that's that. Okay. All right, so among work, what I specialize and what I love to do, my focus is team building and leadership. This is because when I was in my 20s, I invested in a lot of personal development and team building, and I just simply love to learn how this world works. So basically, team building is there's team player within the team. They all have different talents, knowledge, and how do we create this connection and synergy to create positive circulation towards the world, not only the world, but the community and family as well. I truly believe that how you feel in the work, it will relate to how you feel in your house, even alone or with your family. And leadership, I'm just stating the obvious, so because this is just my time to be self-aware of myself. So leadership wise, basically it's related to this, but it's about how you take the team to the mountain, top of the mountain. So we're climbing the mountain. When you're alone, it's easier, you can control, but with the team, actually you can create synergy. So that's another beautiful thing about life, is to see that synergy and miracles. Sometimes you can say that, I think. I admire Martin King Luther. He talked about having a good balance of power and love. I truly believe that's so important, because love without power is basically, I don't know how to say it. There's this word, but it's too difficult for me to remember. But love without power is basically, no power. So basically it will create a negative circulation from there, because, for example, let's say if power is money and how you do things, right? And if you have the power is if you don't have money and if you cannot feed your children, then that's not good. That's just really a tragic. So to avoid tragic, you have to have power and love, both of them together. But if you have too much power and lack of love, then what happened is, without empathy, without compassion, it is going to be abuse. So it's abusive, right? Power without love is abuse. So that's what basically the message that I received from Martin King Luther, and I think that's the core thing about leadership. Execution is basically do promise the things that you promise to yourself among people and yourself. So when you talk about a lot in small business, it happens like there's a lot of ideas, but then lack of execution will lead to a negative reality. That's just the formula. Listening, empathy, this is something for me. Listening ability, I want to high it up, because when I'm panicked, sometimes I cannot hear things. Empathy is another thing, is that as I gain confidence, sometimes I forget to do this, and sometimes subconsciously I might be hurting people, and that's not good. So I have to keep in check. My family, great relationship with my family, so my mental state is pretty stable. My friends, my roommate, yes, she's wonderful. So a lot of love, great people, and romance, not bad. PB, my peanut butter, which is my dogs. I'm training them, and we're having a lot of fun. They're learning a lot. They're the smartest dog I ever seen. And work. Relationship. I'm referring to work relationship. Yes. And another thing I want to add is workout. Yeah. Okay. Recently, I've been working out every single day, jogging with my roommate, and also yoga mat, stretch, balance ball, whatever it is. But my goal is to be like gymnasts, because I do love to be flexible, and I love watching figure skate, gymnasts. I just think they're amazing. Excuse me. I do want to challenge my human capacity towards this, stretching and what we can do, right? Headstand, whatever it is. Okay, trauma. So healing my trauma is my everyday focus too, because when I was a childhood, I had a very difficult childhood, and in order to purify the trauma, I don't know how to say it, but in order to make the trauma less affecting your reality right now, basically you do have to go back to that incident and make it up. So it requires a lot of meditation, that requires a lot of self-awareness, that requires a lot of conversation with yourself. Yeah, self-talk. Self-love, definitely this is like a booming word here, which I didn't know when I first came here, but this is super important, but we shouldn't really make a mistake on what it really means. Self-love doesn't mean to be selfish, but self-love basically means to talk to yourself and be nice to yourself. Self-awareness is totally important, and this is everyday practice for me too. I might be subconsciously criticizing people without even knowing, and that's not good. When you do things without knowing, that's when it becomes abuse, or that becomes like a very sad incident. So it's really important to be self-aware that it's okay to be mean. Just know that you are mean, and overall, if you can prove that everything you're doing is for the good, then the world is not too harsh. Okay. So that's my current stage right now, and I feel so much better outputting this, because I didn't journal for a long time, and it's just it just gives me anxiety, right? And my goal is really clear now, which I really appreciate that I'm here, is to do whatever I can to contribute and share and show appreciation, and just in general give love to the world. And I know I'm talking big, but it just starts from one person, I believe. And I think that's a lot of people wants that, and I think it requires courage. And yeah, I hope that I can be part of the person that can bring positive outcome to people's lives. Anyways, that's all for now. Bye.